So this is something for you to do every single day that's going to improve your mobility and just make you feel great for the rest of your day. Now we are literally going to be starting from the top and working our way all the way down to the bottom in terms of every single joint and getting the joints moving through their full range of motion. Now what I hope you find over time, if you can do this every single day, then over the time you will start to improve your range of motion. You'll be more flexible, you'll be more mobile, you will just feel better every single day. And it will be a gradual process, but it'll make you feel awesome. So let's begin. We're going to start off, and as we do this, we are looking to set every other part of the body in stone as much as possible, whilst we're moving that specific area of our body. So starting off at the top, we're going to work first of all through the top part of the neck. So I'm going to get you to make a double chin. So from the side it will look like this. You are drawing that chin in, and then from there we're taking that chin down to the chest. And then we're going to take that chin up to the ceiling. And when we do this, we really want to reach that chin right the way up to the ceiling, so we get a nice stretch down the front of the neck and even into the top of the chest. We're going to do 2 repetitions on each thing. Come back down to the centre. Now we're going to take it in a big circle. So we're still going to do that same, drawing the chin in, tucking it down, and now we're going to send the chin across to the chest. We're going to send your ear towards your shoulder without your upper body rotating or without your other shoulder hiking up. We're going to start to look over the back of that shoulder. We're going to come all the way around, over the other shoulder, ear down onto your shoulder, chin down onto your chest, and back up. And we're going to do 2 in each direction. Now, all we want to find with this is your edges. We don't want anything sharp, anything painful. Just find your edges. There's no certain one way to look. It is purely down to what your body can do on this day. And some days may be better than others as well. And then we switch directions. And side to side, you may feel a different feeling. That's fine as well. Okay, next we're going to move into your spine, or the thoracic part of your spine, the upper part of your spine. If you think around about your rib cage area, and we're just looking to be able to move this left and right, side to side, and in circles. Now for this, what I like to use, just grab a few props. You just get whatever you can to be able to mimic this. So I tend to use a foam roller or something that can just block at the hip, so the hips can stay in this one position. We have something to sit on, where you can sit in a nice, comfortable, upright position. And then we grab this nice big ball. If you haven't got a ball, you can grab a few cushions, you can grab a medicine ball, basically something that just allows you to be able to wrap your arms all the way around, just so that we can spread your shoulder blades around your rib cage and keep them in that fixed position. If you've got absolutely nothing that you can grab onto, you can just hug around your body like that, and that can be your position for this movement. Now from here whilst we are hugging this big ball, the idea is to be able to move be able to try and gain as much movement from that part of the spine as we can. And how we do that is we use your breath. We're reaching around as far as we can. When you come, take a deep breath. And this time, as we breathe out. And then we come back up to the top. We take a deep breath again. And as we breathe out, we can rotate a little bit further. Same thing again, deep breath in. As we breathe out, rotate to the side, and we come back up. And you rotate around. You imagine you've got yourself a Superman badge on your chest. This is what we are trying to move around as far as possible. This is purely so that we don't use any compensation from our lower body. And we just do the same on the other side. So from here, rotate as far. Take a deep breath in as we breathe out. Deep breath as we come up. Breathe out. And back to the center. 3 to 5 repetitions on each side. That'll put you in a good place. Now from there, sticking with the same idea, and we're just going to move in a circle. So we're just drawing the big circle. Just move in this big circle. Again, let's look for 3 to 5 repetitions each direction. Just move those out of the way. Okay. Next, we're just going to, where we fixed those shoulder blades around that rib cage for that movement, now we're just going to get those shoulder blades moving and gliding as we would like them to be. So, from here, we're just going to take your arms up in front of you. We're going to send your shoulder blades forward and around. We're going to send them up. We're going to draw them back, and we're going to drop them down. Forward, up, back, and down. And we're just trying to move them kind of in a circle. And then from there, reverse that. So down, back, up, forward. And that's our shoulder blades moving, essentially moving up and down, forward and back, trying to get as much movement from them around that rib cage as possible. A lot of people have really, really sticky or tight shoulder blades, and that can cause a whole host of problems. So these type of things, it will really help you. Next, we're now going to move into our shoulder circles. Now, we've probably all done this and we've just swung around aimlessly, hoping that this. Now, for this, we are looking to try and keep everything else as still and as stable as possible as we do this. We don't want any compensation from the body twisting side to side, moving in that direction, or the head moving side to side as well. So if we're starting off on this left hand side, we're just going to take this right hand and put it across here onto your collarbone, and then from there we're going to start off with your thumb facing forward. Now we are purely going to move this arm up and slightly across the body as well, as we take this arm up as close to your ear as you can, and this arm is completely locked out. Now the goal here is to get as far up as we can with this straight arm, and then when we're at the top position with everything else fixed, we're then going to turn that arm so the thumb and the whole of this upper arm turns, and then we're going to take it out to the back or out to the side, wherever your edges are, all the way around, and we're still spinning that arm as we're coming down, and we keep spinning it, and we'll end up with your thumb pointing backwards and your pinky finger facing forward. Then we just reverse this, so we're going back with the thumb, reaching backwards, reaching up to the side, and we're still not turning side to side, we're coming up, finding all of those points. The arm is starting to twist around. Now we come all the way up and over, forward, and back down. And we're going to do 2 of those on that side and 2 of those on that side. So just once again, we're coming up to the top, we're turning the upper arm, we're going all the way back, reaching back, the arm still turns, it keeps turning, pinky finger again, I'm going with it, we're sticking with pinky finger, that faces forward, and then from there we're going to go thumb facing back, reaching out to the side, the arm turns, keeps turning, keeps reaching, all the way up and over, and back down. That's our shoulder circle. Now, over time, what you'll find is that this arm stays even closer to here, and it stays even tighter to the line of your body. So today it may literally just be here, and that's absolutely fine. It's all about wherever you are today, you just take it, and then as your mobility improves, you will just get a larger, more close to the body line with that arm. So once both of those sides are done, we're then just going to take these shoulders, and where the upper arm bone sits into that shoulder, we're just going to start to slowly move that deep within that socket now. So if we take the arms up and out to the side, from here, without flaring our rib cage, so we're keeping all of this stacked down, we're taking that from here, we're punching backwards and upwards. Find that end point, pause for a moment, and then we're bringing it forward and down. Punching up and back, forward and down. From the side it looks like this, or for me it does, for you maybe even further. You may be better than me, that's absolutely fine. So once we've done 3 to 5 of those, we're then just going to take your arms out to the side. We're going to reach our fingertips away from one another now. And from there, we're just going to start to spin. If we think about a point on the bicep here, I draw with a marker on here, we want to be turning that point to the wall behind us. So we're reaching the fingers away, fingers are spread nicely open, and we are turning that point that we've just drawn on our arms. We're turning it up to the ceiling and we're trying to get it to the wall behind us. And then we're going to turn it forward again. If you're following along at this point, your shoulders are probably burning by now. And again, we don't want anything pinching, anything paining so much. We are purely just taking the joints through their ranges of motion. Three to 5 of those. And then we're going to move into our elbow joint. So for our elbow joint, we are going to go palms facing outwards. We are turning the hands as much as we possibly can. We're starting off with straight, locked out arms, and then from there, as we curl up, we're trying to curl this like this pinky finger to the outside of our shoulder. We're going to turn that palm over, and we're going to take the hand back down again. From there, we're going to reverse it, so we're going to come up to the middle, out to the outside, and down. Up, over, and down, up, out, and down. Again, 3 to 5 in each position. So if you're following along and you need to, just pause the video, go through your 3 to 5, hit play, and then we are into our next movements then, because now we're going to be moving into our lower body section of this morning mobility routine. So I'm going to get you to lie down on the floor. We are going to straighten one leg. We're going to have your head nice and relaxed, and then we're going to bring one knee up towards your chest so that we get the thigh moving straight up and down. If we think like a right angle to the floor. Now from here, if we imagine you've got a long pole that is going through the knee, through the thigh, and out the back of the hip. If that pole is in here, then it can't move side to side, can't move forward and back. The only thing that can happen here is we're going to be able to rotate right and left, or hip external rotation and hip internal rotation. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to be trying to get as far to the right and as far to the left as we can without any compensations from the rest of the body. Now ideally you'll have 45 degrees of hip external rotation here and about the same for hip internal rotation. Now like me, you may have a lot less than what you would want in this situation. And that's fine, because that's exactly what we are working on. We're just working to improve exactly where you are right now. And that's the key. So we are getting as far as we can and as far as we can. As you're moving to that outside, you may get some cramping feeling in your hip, and that's absolutely fine. That's to be expected. And we're just going to look to do 3 to 5 repetitions going each direction on each leg. From there, we're going to look to be able to improve what we've just found. So we're going to start off with that internal rotation, or for me it was where that leg was moving to the outside. and that range of motion was limited. So you can use a stool, you can use your couch, you can use anything that just gives a little bit of height, and then from there we're just going to have something in between your legs that's just going to act as a little block that we're going to be able to put some pressure against to be able to improve this range that we've got. And that's the key here. The key is just every single day just to get that little bit better, that 1% better. Over time, mobility will come. So we're going to take this, we're going to block that in between there, and the first thing that we're going to do is just lift this leg as high up as you possibly can. Our upper body is in this nice fixed position, so everything is stacked on top of one another, and we're just lifting that leg up as high as we can. What you will feel is the muscles right in the very top of the hip maybe starting to cramp at this point. That's fine, just breathe through it. You stay here for 30 seconds, and then from there, using the roller in this case, or your couch or your stool, whatever it is that you're using, you're just now going to force down against there by using the very back of your hip. You're going to start to ramp that up. So let's say you started off with like 10-20%. Over the next 10 seconds, just ramp that up until you're putting as like maximum force or 100% force from the back of the hip into there, bit of shaking, and then from there you're going to lift off even higher. So this is where we're starting to improve that range of motion. You're going to hold that up there about 10 seconds, nice deep breathing, nice and relaxed. And then if you've got a way to increase that height so that with that new range you can push down at that new range, that's absolutely fine. Or otherwise you can just go back onto there, pressure in, another 10 seconds, ramping it up, and then lift off again. Once you've done those 2 sets, you can kick that away, and from there we can start to take it through repetition. So we are going to come all the way down to the floor and control all the way back up again, down to the floor and back up again. Just nice and controlled, really trying to get to that end range and use what we've just been able to improve. That's the key. That's the key behind mobility. It's not just about stretching, it's about strengthening too, and this is how we do it. When you get really good, you can start to put ankle weights on to really challenge it, but for now this will be absolutely fine, I promise you. So once you've done your 10 repetitions on there, do exactly the same on that other side, and then from there we can move on to our next thing. So our next thing is going to be a full hip circle. With this we're going to have something for you to come up against. It might be your wall at home, might be your couch at home, but we're just going to take your feet and we're going to plant it, your lower foot against whatever it is that you've got, and with your upper body we're going to have that in that fixed position again. Now this hip circle is slow and deliberate for a reason. So we're going to look to lift the knee up first, then it's going to go outwards as far as you can, then you're going to lift the foot or the outside ankle up towards the ceiling, then you're going to take that thigh and start reaching it back behind you Still trying to keep this foot up as high as you can. And you're reaching back as far as you can, keeping your core engaged, keeping your upper body real tight, trying not to compensate from anywhere else. All the way back, keeping the foot lifted, and then you're going to start to take the knee down towards the floor. Still keeping that thigh back, all the way down to the floor, where you can rest. That's half a repetition, and to the return, we're going to go keep that thigh back, lift the foot up, the knee follows, keep lifting that foot up, keep the thigh back, reaching up towards the ceiling, really finding the edges. It's likely going to be shaky wherever you're at your weak points, and then from there we're going to be lifting the knee up towards the armpit as the foot comes through. It comes all the way over and back down. You can take a nice deep breath and mentally prepare yourself for the next one, where we're going to go exactly the same again. We're going to go knee up, knee to the outside. So we're lifting the outside of the knee up towards the ceiling. We're going to lift the foot up to the ceiling. We're going to send the knee and the thigh back behind us. Reaching all the way back. Keep the foot lifted as the knee comes down towards the floor. Then we're going to lift the foot up. The knee's going to follow. Still keeping the thigh as far back as we can. For me, this is my shaky part. For you, it may not be. But this is where I have to work really hard. But your body will be telling you to just try and avoid it. I'm telling you, go to those points. That's where you'll see your improvements. Then the knee is coming up towards the armpit. It's coming all the way over. And it's back down again. And that's 2 repetitions. You're going to do 3 to 5 again on each side. And once you've done that, the lower body, that is done. You are ready for the day. So if you like this, or if you saw that it was worthwhile, you may not like it, it's quite hard, but if you see that it's worthwhile, drop a little thumbs up, and if you would subscribe to the channel, that would be amazing. Now, a lot of what I do is all geared around making you move better every single day, getting you out of pain, getting you into feeling as good as you probably ever have done in all your life, and then getting really, really strong with this newfound mobility. So until next time, thank you very much.